Fade in. Black and white. Interior, day, prison. We open on a long tracking shot down a prison hallway and land on a young woman named Penny, who has just died. She falls out of bed and something slips from her hands. Cut to her soap on a rope, falling out of her hands. Close-up of her mouth saying the word, Rosebud. And then, maybe remaking Citizen Kane as a women in prison movie is a bad idea. Man, I am a terrible, terrible writer. Idea 2. Okay. We open on a couple's 60th wedding anniversary. One of the many grandchildren goes into the garage to sneak a quick smoke and uncovers an old, dirty-ass bench. Caught by the grandma, and after a little lecture about smoking, they inquire about the bench. Cut to some old year, where everyone has a car and some were just did. The couple, now presented as young and attractive, fall in love at that very same bench and feed some ducks. Add in some conflict about why their love almost didn't happen. Add in a half-assed subplot about some jerk in modern times who wants to close the park and open a strip mall. But the town rallies. And maybe one of the old people has cancer now, too. Needless to say, the park is saved, and the bench is given the old couple as a reminder of their against all odds love story. But for some reason, they store the goddamn thing underneath a tarp in the garage. Fiend. Hey, that's not too shabby. Maybe I am a decent writer. Let me go back and read it. Nope.
Good evening, my brothers and sisters. I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. I want to let you know it's going to be all right. Welcome to Burn It Down, Season 2. We have so many exciting things we want to bring to you. I would like to thank Renee and Jonathan for their support and the huge work they do behind the scenes, and everyone else at Cosmos Creative Television. A lot of big things are coming your way. Can't wait to share them with you. But we are starting Burn It Down Season 2. Loved what we did with Season 1, but we want to take it to the next level. So welcome to TCB Studios on the road. Burn It Down Season 2, Episode 1. We have one familiar face. He's been part of Burn It Down. He's been part of so many things that I've worked on. Come On to My House, tribute shows, bands, albums. Mr. Jeffrey Butzer, and we just watched a trailer to his new play. We are going to discuss that. And we also are going to meet Emily Marie Palmer, who he partnered with on a new album. We have a lot to discuss, so let's dive in and let's burn it down.
Hey.
What? Wait, and I think this see, they say it's only television. It's not rocket science. We are not doing heart surgery. So if something goes wrong, that's okay. That is life. It's only television. I work in television. I've been on television. I hear Emily has been as well. We're going to discuss that. But the reality it isn't rocket science, and it isn't heart surgery. No one is going to die. We were nervous. Emily wasn't going to be here, and boom, Renee and Jonathan and Emily make it happen. So nice to meet you. Putting my hand out. Hi, Emily. How are you today?
Oh, so nice to meet you, and so good to see you, Jeffrey. I've talked to you, but it's been a long time since I've seen your face. And yes, I'm sorry about that. I realized that
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a couple of years.
StreamYard was not compatible with Safari, and so I had to get a new browser real quick. So sorry about that delay.
Well, don't apologize. You still made it on time. And thank you for TC being it, taking care of business. We appreciate it. Congratulations on this new record. Um, so much to talk about, and time flies by so quick. Jeffrey and I could spend an hour and a half, and no one would be really interested, just telling bad jokes. So I really rather get into, um, the chunk of the project that you guys have been working on and put out. Congratulations on that. And then let's talk about this play, which I'm so excited because I just watched the trailer with everyone as well, Jeffrey, and music by Eric Ballant as well as you. I'm a huge fan of Eric. I've been on stage and I've shared many stages with Eric Ballant. What an awesome dude. So please, Jeffrey, tell us maybe how you and Emily met and how this whole thing started.
Yeah, we met on Craigslist. We were
What a weirdo.
I think we really did. I think one of us answered the other's music ad. I was looking for someone who likes French music. And yeah, I don't know what I probably said, like Morricone and Edith Piaf, and she was like, "That sounds cool." And we met in person, but I think you were like 19 when I met you. You couldn't even like go into venues where I wanted to play. And then we really met in like 2016 when you were old enough to play at the Earl. And then we started doing shows together. And she inspired me a lot to do some new arrangements I wasn't doing with my band and like just a different approach. And before I knew it, we had like a whole bunch of songs. And then she moved away. And right before that, we recorded them all, and that was like 3 years ago, and we're just now releasing it.
Where are you stationed? Where's home right now, Emily?
I live just outside of Nashville, and this is home for me. I grew up here, so I didn't move here pursuing music or any of that, but I still go back and forth to Atlanta pretty often.
Yeah, I live in Nashville from time to time, do a lot of work there. It's a lovely place, but like Atlanta, it's gotten a little too crazy with sometimes, I hate to say it, but you're just not in the mood for being around that many people.
Yeah, it's very sad. I think people who grew up here, we definitely feel that sense of old Nashville slipping away and kind of this new Nashville that we're not as excited about. But there's still a lot of good things happening here. And
yeah, it's lovely. And I do love the old places there. That's really, really great. So when you guys recorded this, you actually did do most of it then pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Jeffrey. I mean, we recorded everything I did in one night. I was about to move and Jeffrey had this stuff and all ready, and it was really just waiting on me. And I was like, all right, well, let's just try and get this done before I move. And so I came over one night and we recorded everything I did in that one single, I don't know, 2-3 hour session. But I'm not sure about you, Jeffrey. You may have continued to record throughout the pandemic.
Well, and you guys recorded at Jeffrey's studio where we always see him in his pajamas?
Oh, you froze, Jeffrey.
Yeah, Jeffrey, did you record it at your studio in your house?
Yeah, I lost you guys for a minute, but
well, I basically asked if you recorded it at your studio in your house.
Yeah, we just literally set up we set up like a guitar and vocal mics, and we recorded everything with me and her live. So we did it all in a couple takes, like 2 or 3 takes of each, and then over the next 2 years, we sent it off to our French companion Lionel Fondevel, and he added like literally slide whistles, like synthesizers, hand claps, backing vocals, you name it. And then locally, 2 of my former Bicycle Leader members, Eric Ballant and Kristen Haverty. Oh, and they played on it a whole bunch, and Matt Stedman, produced it. Wonderful. And and we just sat on it forever, thinking one day there would be a right moment, and there's never going to be. So we just went ahead and put it out.
Yeah, well, one I was going to say is I hope you were a gentleman and put on some clothes and didn't do this thing in your pajamas.
No, this is only for interview. This is my interview outfit.
Yeah, that's your style. Well, you know what's funny? Tom Waits has said this in several interviews, and I know both you and I are fans of his, and from time to time have even ripped him off. But he said that it's like putting this turkey in the oven on Thanksgiving Day, and you just don't know, your girlfriend or your wife saying, no, leave it in for a little while longer. You want to pull it out. And that's how it is when we do records and when we do songs. We don't know when to pull the turkey out of the oven. And I'm sorry for anyone out there who's vegan or vegetarian. We'll say tofurkey if you want. But the analogy is we just never know when the song is done. And I know for me, when I did the last Western Motel record, the producer that I was working with, it's a lot of guys in the band, a lot of opinions. And I remember having a word with our producer, and he was like, listen, in my opinion, you guys have done this with this record 4 sessions ago. He's like, right now, you just, I know you're a fan of these hints and these cucumbers and these salt and pepper that you drop on these songs. He's like, but Tom, the songs were done. And I think we do never know when it's time. So especially for the both of you working on this, you're like, let's just do it. There's a pandemic, the world's a mess. Let me give them people something to enjoy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. We were done with the songs. I felt our job was done. It just we kept waiting for like maybe sometime when we could actually get together and play a show in front of people.
Right.
But that doesn't look like it's ever going to happen. But Emily just did some shows in Nashville for the Ukraine relief, right? Isn't that what you did, Emily?
Yeah.
No, I haven't done that yet. It's just one show
coming. Oh, it's coming up?
Yeah.
Well, Emily, please. I just started following you. I don't really do certain social medias anymore, but just to keep up with friends that we meet and fellow artists that we work with, I saw that you were doing that. One, congratulations. 2, thank you for doing that. We are big supporters of that as well. Renee, who's one of the producers, who is just so important to what we are doing here at Cosmos Creative Television, is as well. If you give us that information, we will share it at the end of the show, and we will promote it as well for you.
Thank you so much. That would be wonderful.
Thank you for doing it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm happy that we can do this. It feels good as an artist to feel like at least you can do something, even if you don't feel that you can directly help. So we're happy to be able to do it. And I know most of your audience is probably centered in Atlanta, but we are also selling virtual tickets. So we have a ticket page that has 3 different tiers of ticket prices. You can choose how much you want to donate, and we'll send you a recording of the show if you select the virtual option. So
yeah,
I'd love it.
Yeah, I mean, I drive back and forth from Nashville to Atlanta all the time, and it's only 4.5 hours if you guys want to go to this show and see something in person. But thank you, and also we've really been lucky because everything that they're doing on Cosmos Creative. Also Burn It Down. We are getting more and more viewers from all over the place. I think we do have some viewers in Nashville as well. I love the idea of you selling the tickets virtually because the world completely isn't open up yet. I know I've played a few shows. I think Jeffrey has as well. We've shared the stage together for a festival. But some people still aren't ready to do that. For a while, I couldn't go out to shows or play shows because I was helping a family member that was very sick, and I really couldn't take that risk, but I think it's great that shows are opening up. The world is opening up again, but it's still cool to do this thing virtually, So it's really important because people do want to see it.
Thanks. Yeah, we definitely wanted to give people both options, and for the people who can attend and are comfortable attending, then we have I haven't gotten to see it yet, but another organizer of the show went to our venue today, and it's apparently really, really beautiful. So we hope that we can fill it up. It's a really big space.
What's the venue?
It's called Riverside Revival. It's in East Nashville.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want to say, I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say maybe it used to be a church. It's a really large sort of open space. I think there's
awesome.
stained glass windows. So we have a lot of space to fill, and we hope people will really turn out and help us fill it up.
Yeah, again, please have Jeffrey or you send us that info and we will share it and we'll promote it. I've heard a few songs off this record and I loved everything that I heard. And again, congratulations. And thank you for just saying, listen, let's just put it out. Because it's like that thing. Before you know it, 2 years go by, and you still don't think the record's done. So I think it's really cool that you guys did put it out. And where is it out, Jeffrey? I know that it's out digitally, but do you have? I know you have some help with promoting it. So like, where can people get the record?
Yeah, I mean it's at all those like iTunes and Amazon and YouTube, Bandcamp, and then you can, if you want a CD, we have those from the Bandcamp. But yeah, it's on all, it should be on all the platforms now. Stedman's been doing Matt Stedman. I think you know him. He's
Yeah,
working
no,
on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He produced the record and he handles the internet because I don't know how to work it. But yeah, I think it turned out good. We did a Handsome Family cover on there called the Giant of Illinois.
I love
And
the Handsome Family. I saw them open up for Nick Cave at the Orpheum Theater in New Orleans in like 2000, maybe 2001. They were awesome.
yeah, they're a good band.
I don't think they're playing anymore.
Oh,
Are they still playing? The Handsome Family? Did Jeffrey freeze on
I'm
me?
bleeping out there.
Jeffrey, well, that's
Okay,
okay.
I'm back.
I was asking if they were still handsome, I guess.
I don't know if you guys are talking.
Are they still a family? Are they still playing?
I don't think I can hear. I wish I knew the answer to the question. I would jump in for him, but.
Well, I'm back. I couldn't hear you for a minute. What was the question, Emily?
Well, I'm just saying. I was wondering if they're still. I said, are they still handsome? But the joke got old 3 minutes ago. No, are they still playing? I don't think they're playing anymore.
Yeah, they still play. Yeah, she
Okay.
What's her name? Rennie. She still paints and they put out records and all that stuff. They got a little bump whenever they got that True Detective song, so that was cool.
Oh, that's right.
Emily and I also have like a big connection in film. Because my real love, and she's an actress, and we got Guy Madden. He's a Canadian filmmaker. He did the record cover for us, so that was really cool.
I love Guy, and you've worked with him a few times before. Guy Madden.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think that is that kind of how we got to movie stuff we have in common, right, Emily?
We do.
That's why you befriended an old man on Craigslist, right?
I can't remember what your Craigslist ad said, but something must have caught my attention. But although we do have movies in common, but you have a long list that you've been trying to encourage me to watch for years, and I've never gotten around to it. I'm terrible. I just asked my husband. I'm the worst at following up on actually seeing these great movies that people recommend to me. So I do have it on the list, Jeffrey, but
yeah,
so many good ones you love that I haven't gotten around to watching.
Well, Jeffrey's one of my favorite people to talk about films and movies and also music and soundtracks. I half the time I post things that I say I'm with Jeffrey on like Facebook. People think we hang out all the time. I might not see him for 8 years, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'm listening to Jarmusch's Night soundtrack with Tom Waits. I'm with Jeffrey Butzer at a barbecue joint in Marietta." But no, I'm in New York City, and I haven't seen him in weeks.
We're just there in our hearts together.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, today I wished Ghostface Killer a happy birthday, and I said I was with you. But I'm in Little Rock. I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas, doing TCB on the road right now.
Yeah, I like this. I like you on the road. Like you said, it's like the Blair Witch Project or something. I like it.
Yeah, this is my new setup for the next few weeks until I'm in my office or my studio in Atlanta. I'm loving it. I do want to talk about this play. I'm sending so many people to come see it, and I'm hoping that I could see it the last weekend that you guys are doing it. And hopefully by then you guys will be halfway decent.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The director told me, he's like, you're gonna think it's awful at the table read. The next few weeks you're gonna think it's the best thing ever, and then the first run through you're gonna want to die. And it's kind of been true. Like we did our run through the other day, and I was like, what am I doing? This is awful.
Well,
and then nobody's fault. I'm just like, no, I've never done theater like other than music. So
Well, it's kind of the thing with songs as well.
Tom, you're frozen.
By the time you finish a record, you're sick and tired of those songs anyway. I'm like, man, I never want to do Not Messing Around because we did it a million times, you know. But I can't wait to see it, and I love the trailer. Can you talk a little bit about the idea of this play, where it came from, and then how it evolved into what it is now?
All right. Yeah, I lost you for a second, but I think I heard the gist of the question is about the play, like the idea and stuff.
Where it came from, and then how the evolution of it, where it eventually went, so that you said, here it is, and let's take it to the stage.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say that I did offer it to Emily before I showed it to any actress, but of course she's in Nashville and doesn't want to come down and work for a community theater wages. But so that's why she got it.
She responded and said, she said you should put an ad out on Craigslist.
Yeah, I just put a Craigslist. No, so like I had done music for Push Push Theater, and I love movies and I love narrative storytelling, but I hate the idea of myself making a movie because it's like it's my favorite thing, and I don't want to be on set and watch people acting a million times. So a play, since I come from live music, it felt like the right step because it's narrative storytelling, but it's live, and so it's dangerous, and that's what I want. Some danger.
Yeah, and there's an element to even your shows. I remember that when we met, which is now more than 10 years ago, or I think it's almost 20 years ago. There's an element of vaudeville and theatrics to every show of yours. Sometimes there's things that are said as poetry, and sometimes it's straight up, humor. And it's to get the reaction from the audience.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've never, like you mentioned Waits earlier, and like my idols were always people who like aren't just rock and roll bands that play the same song every time the same way. I like Andrew Bird because every time I see him, he plays the song a new way that I've never heard him play.
Love it, yeah.
And
never done the same song twice.
No,
never. In a certain way, yeah.
And so that interested me. And then I had this I had a few little pieces of stories bouncing around in my head. And then I was listening to Will Oldham talk, and he was telling the story about how he went to a fortune teller, and she was really antagonistic with him. And she was telling him that, like, in a past life, you were like a dog, and in your past life, you were a rat. None of it was nice. And I thought if it was like two people of the same gender on equal footing, maybe they'd fight. And so I got started with the idea of a woman beating up a psychic because she was insulted. And it's basically the whole story takes place in a women's prison after the assault. And I just rolled from there, and I had all these characters that I've had in other short stories no one's ever read. I just cobbled together a lot of stuff, and then now we have a cast of 5 people and sets, and the Satan is going to be in it, and music from Eric Ballant. You know what? When I didn't know Eric Ballant till me and you did that show with him. When we did the pianos.
Eric Ballant is
one of the most
incredible musician.
Yeah,
incredible musician, but also sometimes you meet these people, you're working with them on a music project, and then as great as they are, they're not the easiest to work with on stage. Not mentioning any names, but it happens. Eric Ballant is not one of those people. He's so awesome and so easy to work with.
And he just is like, talented is the word. Like, he can just do anything.
Talented.
That's why he scored. Yeah, he scored it because I didn't want to have to be responsible for any more than I wanted to do the bare minimum. That was my goal. And so I just wanted to write a script and come to practice and like eat some nachos and watch everybody else work. And that's what I've been doing. And so Eric did all the music.
You want the accolades. You don't want any work. I get it. We get it.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, so like, I asked Eric, but no, I was saying the first time I met Eric was playing with you. We did the Piano is Firewood tribute of all Tom Waits, and it was like me and you. That was our first show together.
Yeah, I love doing that with you, and I probably revisit it maybe once a year. And
it's been 12 or 13 years.
And I'm proud to say, because there's a lot of things that I've done that I don't think have aged well. I think it's aged really well.
It's we sounded good. I don't mind.
Great. We sounded, we
Eric has
sounded,
played with Emily. We've played together.
well,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
that's gonna be one of my next questions is, do you
I
think
hate the internet.
can you hear me now?
I don't know
Emily,
if you're
can you
talking.
hear me, Emily?
I can hear you.
Okay, so then this question's for Emily. I know you're busy with a lot going on in the acting world, and congratulations to that as well. But do you think you guys will be able to play a show, let's say at the Earl in Atlanta, doing these songs?
I hope eventually. In the first year that I moved to Nashville, I was coming back and forth to Atlanta all the time. And then obviously after COVID hit, I just haven't been back nearly as much. But I hope eventually my life will settle down and I can get a show on the books. It's, as Jeffrey knows, it's notoriously hard for me to schedule anything really far out because my schedule can be unpredictable and it can be last minute. So it's very I very rarely commit to doing a show.
Right.
Who knows? But I would love to eventually.
Well, maybe we can
Yeah,
figure that out, and then we'll do a live interview with you guys for Cosmos TV backstage in a green room and talk about more things like behind the scenes, the process, and maybe we can even get 2 songs like recorded live for a show, a special event. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I lost you guys for a couple minutes, but yeah, I was just saying that we were bragging about Eric, and I was saying Emily's played with him, and he played on our record. I forgot.
Yeah, Eric Ballant. I hope your phone's blowing up by like at least 3 people right now because we are just talking so much good stuff about it.
I just looked, and he's trending.
He is trendy. He is.
Yeah, he is.
It's like when Nigel says, "What's wrong with being sexy?" and Spinal. Do you know what I'm talking about? In Spinal Tap.
Emily, do you know Spinal Tap?
I know some references, but I've never seen
Well,
it.
so anyway, his record producer says, "We cannot use this album cover. It's too sexist." And he goes, "What's wrong with being sexy?" It is one of my favorite things ever, and it's a great movie. But also, being a musician who's been on the road and has had like horrible things happen, sometimes it's not that funny. It's too real. It's like really, really difficult to watch sometimes.
Yeah, like me, I like everybody, and like I don't really like get irritated with people too often. When I was on tour with you, I remember we were like I was laying on like a booth in like Denton, Texas or something.
Yeah.
And some guy came in and his voice, he was talking about Brent and all those guys. And he had these, like really high pitched voices, and I wanted to hurt him, and I've never really felt that, but I was just so tired.
Yeah,
and
that was
and he was like the nicest guy. But I was just like
footage. Yeah, I've seen footage from that show. You played and we played well, but the show went to hell. The show was horrible, and we're not going to talk about that. But the footage I've seen from it, we were brilliant. We might have been, Mike Sheena likes to say, like, with 20 minutes last night, we were hands down the best band in the world. Maybe there were 3 kids as a heavy metal band in Iraq or Baghdad playing that were better than us, but that is it. We were the best band in the world. Maybe the Muppet Band was better than us, but that's it.
Yeah, the road can get to you, but that's why I'm not built for it now. I just hang out in my PJs and I write plays and eat nachos. This is my new life I'm trying to carve out for myself.
This is the other thing I'm trying to work out for you. I'm going to try to get you a pajama endorsement. Renee, let's make it happen. I'm about to text my assistant right now and say, yo, let's get Jeffrey a pajama endorsement. Real quick, the record is out now and it's available on iTunes.
All those places.
All those places. Well, I'm going to be listening to it tonight while I do Monday Night Tacos after the show. When does the play start and where is the play at?
The play is May 20th through June 4th at Push Push Theater in College Park.
You want to know something?
What's up?
I'm going to fly into Atlanta and I'll see you. I'll be either at the June 3rd show or the June 4th show.
Good.
That's what we do here at TCB Studios. It means taking care of business.
I'm going to save you a seat. I'm going to put your little name on it. One of the 29 seats that we have in there. It's going to be nice.
Right. Yeah, right. T. Chesh, the town liar. sits here. Emily, so nice to meet you. Thank you for being our special guest on Burn It Down Season 2, Episode 1. Congratulations on this new record. Jeffrey, congratulations on this new play. I love being a friend of yours. It's really easy. I love how we inspire each other. Well, I hope I inspire you as well. And we always send each other, whether it's things that build each other up as an artist, or like I said, just the worst, most ridiculous, silly jokes ever. I appreciate it all. We're going to have Jeffrey on probably several times. Emily, you are invited back anytime you want. Congratulations on this record. I can't wait to listen to it in about 5 minutes. Can't wait to see this play. And I know you, by the next time we talk to you, you're probably going to put out 2 more albums.
Maybe. We'll see.
Knowing
Stay
Jeffrey,
busy.
very possible. Thank you so much for having me, Tom. And
Thank you. So nice to meet you. We'll see you in Nashville, Atlanta, Buford Highway, or maybe we'll go to a cafe and listen, do these songs in France next year.
Rock on, London. You turned into Wesley Willis for a minute. Rock on, London. Rock on, Nashville. Wheaties, the breakfast of champions.
McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's. Well, listen, I really am so grateful to Renee and Jonathan and everyone at Cosmos Creative. They're doing some great things. People have talked to me for a long time about saying you should try to do a show, and I'm like, why would I do that? And now I'm like, all I want to do is be on TV all day. No, I'm kidding. But I love talking to people that I relate to, peers that I look up to, that inspire me, and then meeting new ones, like meeting Emily tonight. Man, we hit it out of the park. We burned it down. Thank you, guys. On the count of 3, we're all going to clap. And then we're going to sign off.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys.